Catus, Maximus here. This time just a quick video about this Craftsman half-inch drive super speed wrench. I've only actually run in... What makes this a super speed wrench is it has an extra collar right here. Most speed wrenches do not. You just rely on hand friction. Not a big deal, but a little bit more premium ones, like this Craftsman, do have a collar. I only have one other one, or run into one other one. This was this old school, come on camera, this old school snap-on, what is this, a K40? The snap-on also has a similar deal here, and really liked it. But I kind of like the difference in handles. There is a preference in speed wrenches. They are still used in assembly work and various other places where you're having to run in a bunch of fasteners but need to get just a certain amount of torque. They're actually still kind of surprisingly handy, to tell you the truth. Obviously, with the snap-on, we have a long, narrow handle. Do like it, but there is, a comfort issue and I would say a difference in ergonomics, more personal preference. We can also see that the snap-on is probably, from the center line of the center line of the offset, we can see that this Craftsman is also extra long. It's probably about 6 inches longer, so that's a big difference. Another thing I was noticing is good speed wrenches, at least the upper portion of the offset is actually angled upwards, so when you're running it, it doesn't hit your arm. Not such a big deal on the lower portion, but I did like the fact that the Craftsman actually includes angles both upper and lower. Now, as far as how they're manufactured, there is a big difference. The snap-on, this is a steel collar. And you're wondering, well, how'd they get this one-piece steel collar? This collar was put on the rod and it was bent after the collar was in place. There's like a little upset area which keeps it centered. And then they actually roll these two ends of it down, swaging it to keep the collar in place. Craftsman is a little bit cheaper. This is a two-piece cast zinc speed handle. We can see the seam there, and then they've taken little steel caps and pressed them on each side to hold that handle on there. This is a V series. It just has one V there. This is one of the very few Craftsman tools that does not have a part number or a USA on it. Just says Craftsman twice on the handle, and then there is no other markings anywhere on this wrench. And I thought that was actually kind of peculiar. But once again, I do like this style of handle. Proto uses a style of handle that's like this as well. And some people do like those if you're just pressing on the back of it. As far as holding it like this, it can be just a little bit more awkward because it can't hit your fingers. And that's why a wrench like this can be more handy. So it kind of depends on the positions that you're working on and your preference. But I actually like having the idea of both. Now this thing is just super long, but this handle here actually spins a little bit of vibration, but it spins really, really smoothly, surprisingly enough. And it happens to be just extra long, giving you extra reach on a quote-unquote super speed wrench. And that's what I call these speed wrenches that have the collars. They do speed things up, makes them a little bit heavier. You can see this cast zinc really gets beat up pretty easily. But nonetheless, if you're really going fast, you actually get, it's just a lot smoother, a lot easier to use, to tell you the truth, and I actually wish more speed wrenches had collars like that. So anyway, there's my little video of the Craftsman V Series Super Speed Wrench. And I don't collect very many speed wrenches. I see a lot of them. I only collect certain ones I think are particularly nice. And this Craftsman did stand out, once again, just because of it being extra long and having the extra collar. One thing I'll also mention is usually snap-on has super strong ball detents, but on this speed wrench, it's like an average ball detent of any tool. Surprisingly enough, on this Craftsman has a really strong ball detent, like what a lot of snap-ons usually have, so I thought that was kind of interesting. Anyway, I really appreciate everybody who's been watching and subscribing, and if you haven't subscribed, please do. Till next time, Catus Maximus out.